there, folks! Welcome back to another enlightening episode of our podcast. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of cap tables, those nifty spreadsheets that tell us who's who in the startup universe. But before you start to panic at the thought of complex figures and financial jargon, let me reassure you. We're going to simplify it, making it as easy as picking out your favorite pizza toppings. Picture this. You're at a party, everyone's having a good time, mingling, laughing, and the music is just right. Now, the cap table is like the guest list for this party. It shows us who's invited, who's already arrived, and who might just show up unannounced. In the context of startups, it's all about who owns what. It's a snapshot of the ownership structure, tracking everyone's stake in the company. So the cap table is like the guest list for this party, showing us who's invited, who's already here, and who might be crashing the party later on. Now let's break it down even further, shall we? A cap table isn't just a list of names and numbers. It's akin to a recipe book for your startup, detailing each ingredient that adds flavor to your business. And in our case, these ingredients are the different types of securities or shares. First off, we have the common shares. These are like your base ingredients, the flour and sugar of your recipe, typically owned by founders and employees. Then we have the preferred shares, the special sauce, if you will. These are usually held by investors and come with added perks. Moving on to the spices of our dish, options and convertible notes. Options give the holder the right to buy shares later, adding a zesty twist to the mix. Convertible notes, on the other hand, are like this secret ingredient, a loan that can be converted into equity when the time is right. The cap table is like your recipe book, listing out all the ingredients or securities, from common shares to preferred shares, options to convertible notes. But here's the scoop. Why should you care about cap tables, you might ask? Well, think of cap tables as a roadmap to the treasure island known as successful startup investment. For investors, cap tables are like a treasure map, revealing who owns the golden shares and who's just a passenger on the investment ship. They help investors to understand the value of their investment and the potential for future returns. Now let's switch gears and look at it from the founder's perspective. For them, cap tables are like a compass, guiding them through the complex labyrinth of ownership stakes and equity distributions. They provide vital information about who owns what and how much of it in the company. This helps founders to plan future funding rounds, make strategic decisions, and avoid dilution of their ownership stake. So remember, whether you're an investor looking for the next big thing or a founder steering your startup ship, understanding cap tables is crucial. For investors, they're like a treasure map, revealing who's holding the golden tickets and who's just along for the ride. And for founders, they're like a compass, guiding them through the maze of ownership stakes and equity distributions. So the next time you're diving into the world of startups, just remember, cap tables are your secret weapon. They're the roadmap to understanding the structure of your company, the treasure map to finding the golden opportunities, and the compass that guides you through the maze of ownership stakes and equity distributions. Knowing how to read a cap table is like having a decoder ring for the business world. It's the secret language of entrepreneurs, investors, and startup founders. It's as essential as your morning coffee, as vital as your business plan, and as important as your team. But remember, don't let the numbers scare you. Cap tables are like a puzzle, and once you figure out how the pieces fit together, the picture becomes clear. It's not rocket science, it's just business. So equip yourself with the knowledge, sharpen your spreadsheet skills, and dive into the world of cap tables. Because with the right knowledge and a dash of humor, navigating the complex world of cap tables is a piece of cake, or should I say a piece of pie.